Hello viewers, and welcome back to DG Modelworks. In this video we're going to take a look at the HO scale Athearn Genesis GP39-2, and this happens to be a CSX version. Before we get started, I just want to say, if you like the content of this channel, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified of future videos. Let's get started. Before I do a quick unboxing, I wanted to show you the item number. This particular model is road number 4311. It comes equipped with Soundtraxx Tsunami 2 DCC and sound, and does have LED lighting. For these models and all your other hobby related items, be sure to check out Midwest Model Railroad in Independence, Missouri, or check them out online at midwestmodelrr.com. Also, be sure to check out the video description for important information and some other links. Alright, as we get into the unboxing, as I mentioned in previous videos, Athearn has been updating their website with some new content, new features, so be sure to check that out. As we start here, we have the operator's manual and sound guide for the factory Tsunami 2 Soundtraxx equipped locomotives, with all your CV information and everything that you need to know about your model. We have the parts diagram and parts list. It does not look like Athearn has updated some of the parts diagram with the new 21-pin DCC board in case you get a non-sound equipped model, and it does not look like it shows the new dual sugar cube speaker either. So some of the internals are not updated on this literature. That is something I think Athearn should be looking into. Some warranty information and your standard pamphlet. Pop this out. Let me see quick what parts we have here. We do have some extra parts, and this is various antenna detail for this model. And actually, I think you could actually change some of the antenna detail on this model to suit your needs. So, and then there's some extra lift rings too, in case you break any off or some are missing. Open the clamshell, and we'll get this out. Here we have it. Now, the EMD GP39-2 was built by General Motors Electromotive Division between 1974 and 1984. The power for this locomotive was provided by a turbocharged 12-cylinder 645 E3 diesel engine, which could produce 2,300 horsepower. The GP39-2 was reasonably successful due to its better fuel economy relative to the GP38-2 and to its better performance at altitude. This release of the HO scale Athearn Genesis GP39-2 now features lit number boards, and some also include lit class lights. The following road numbers are included in this release: CSX, Santa Fe, BNSF, Delaware and Hudson, Portland and Western, with a primed for grind version. Now, the real CSX units were originally Reading units, then spent some time at the Delaware and Hudson Railway, and are now still in use at CSX. CSX number 4311, like you see here, the arrow would be for 2010 and up. It was a former Reading unit, number 3403, and then it went to Delaware and Hudson Railway and was number 7403. Let's go over some of the details of this model. It does have the RV style air conditioner units. Moving down, you will notice it has lit number boards, which we will cover in a little bit. Metal wipers. We have metal grab irons. This has the tall style ditch lights. They are operating ditch lights, and we will discuss that a little bit later too. Coupler cut lever, Notice it does have a drop step here that is in the fixed downward position. It does not move. Rubber MU hoses, the small EMD style plow, and a McHenry coupler. Looking at the side, you see the sunshade. This does have movable cab windows because this is a Genesis model. You'll notice the mail slot battery box. This does have legible warning labels, and all the printing is nicely done. You'll even notice the ratchet style brake. Here you will notice the Blomberg B trucks with the outer brake shoes removed, like the prototype. You also notice the sanding lines back here. None of them are bent out of shape, by the way. They're nicely done. Here's the bell. Looking at the side, you'll see the grill details. There's the intake grill, the dynamic brake grill, and the radiator grills. None of them are see-through, however. And all the warning labels look to be placed correctly as the prototype photos that I've seen. So that's nicely done there. This also does have the simulated walkway tread that you are used to. You'll notice it does have simulated step lighting. That does not operate. Much of the same detail in the back. You do have your grab irons. Again, lit number boards that we will cover a little later. Operating ditch lights. Coupler cut lever, rubber MU hoses, simulated knuckle coupler, spare knuckle couplers. The McHenry knuckle coupler. And again, the drop step that is in the fixed downward position. Things are much the same on the other side. However, check out this area with the sight window and some of the labeling there. Really nice. I like that. And this does have a full cab interior. There's another look at the trucks. And you'll notice the speed recorder cable, even the fuel cutoff. There's some more sanding lines over here, all nicely done. Take a quick look across the top. You will see the see-through fans, the 5-chime horn, lots of lift rings, which you do have spares of. Here's the exhaust. Again, a look at the roof with the air conditioning units. Alright, let's do a slow speed test and let you hear it running without the sounds on. Now I do have this set at 128 speed steps. So let's start out with speed step 1. That's nice. There's 2, 3, 4. Running nice and smooth. I like that. There you go. Alright, let's get into some fun stuff now. This particular model here is factory equipped with Soundtraxx Tsunami 2, DCC and sound. You can also get this model, or these models, DCC ready, which is, you can operate it on DC right out of the box or convert it to DCC at a later time if you want. It does have a 21-pin decoder socket, so you can use whatever manufacturer's decoder you would like. To get things going with this Soundtraxx Tsunami 2 version, we apply track power for the startup sequence. Run through some of the sounds quick. We do have the horn, bell, I would also like to mention, since this is the Soundtraxx Tsunami 2 version, you do have the ability to program the digital dynamic exhaust, and all that information is inside the included manual. How about we run this up and down the track a little bit, check it out. Yeah, that runs really nice. I like it. Okay, I'm going to cover some lighting here, so I'm going to mute this. That's function 8. Also, this does have random cab chatter too, so that's pretty cool. Now, I killed some lighting in the room, like I always do, to go over the lighting, just so you can see certain lighting functions. Also, I need to point out a disclaimer at the beginning, like I always do. LED lighting sometimes appears like it's flickering in the camera. It has to do with frame rate. It has nothing to do with the lighting itself, and it is not flickering in person. So if you do see any flickering, that is not happening in person. Now, this does have lit number boards in this release, and there is function 24 in this particular model. Now, I'm not sure why, because functions 5 and 6 are auxiliary functions on this decoder, and function 5 is the ditch lights. Function 6, there's nothing used for function 6. That's where I would have put the number board function, just out of ease of use. But I assume it has something to do with, because there are other road names with different lighting features included in this release. So they may use function 24 for the number boards across the entire release of different road numbers. That's my guess. I would imagine function 6 is used for some different lighting features on some of the other road numbers or road names. So I'm going to do the number boards first so you can really see them. And again, that's function 24 for this particular model. Here we have it. Pretty nice. They are showing up very well. Now we'll move on to the headlight. Nice and bright. And function 5 are the ditch lights. And I'm telling you what, there's no reason to complain about the lighting on this model. Talk about nice and bright and even. Alright, and the ditch lights do flash, as with CSX prototypes, and they do flash with the horn. I will demonstrate that right now. And just so you know, I'm serious about that. I will unmute it and do it again. There you go. I mean, there is no complaints about the lighting there. Talk about nice. Looking at it now, depending on which way you look, I will say there might be a little bit of light bleed around the number boards. I'm not sure if that's showing up in the camera, but I did just notice that. Taking a look at the rear, you will notice it does have the rear number boards lit also, and they look fantastic back here. Nothing to complain about there. Very nicely done. Again, it has, there's your rear light. It is directional lighting. And again, the ditch lights. Nice and bright. Wow. They look great. And they also flash with the horn. Very nice, very nice. Overall, I think Athearn has done a really nice job with this release of the GP39-2s. So I'm going to actually run this on the layout and have a little fun. So why don't you join me? That's all I have for this video. Take care, and I'll see you next time.